here. So proof of reserves. I think that this is going to be the next trend in Bitcoin. And I came out a couple weeks ago and I actually took a lot of shit online for saying this. But I said, I'm not buying any more MicroStrategy until we see the Bitcoin. I want to see the wallets that are actually holding the Bitcoin. And everybody's like, well, it's a public company. Of course they have the Bitcoin. How dare you question Saylor? All this kind of stuff. And I'm like, do you guys forget the whole purpose of Bitcoin? Do you forget like the whole mindset here in terms of don't trust, verify? Yeah, I know they're a public company, but I also know that it's easy to misconstrue some of the numbers. So I'm not saying that Saylor does not have the Bitcoin. I'm saying I want to see that he has the Bitcoin. That's it. I don't think that that's too much to ask. He comes out, he tweets it every week, how much they bought. I don't think it's too much to ask for MicroStrategy to show proof of reserve. And this is what it looks like. This is what the proof of reserve looks like. This is a mempool website. So it says, from Bitcoin News, it says mempool creates a custom dashboard tracking Metapool's Bitcoin holdings. So you can see it right here. You can see their addresses. So mempool designed this custom website for Metaplanet, and it shows their holdings for everybody to see. All the shareholders, all the board of directors, everybody who's interested in buying Metaplanet stock, you can see it. And I think that until we standardize this, until we standardize proof of reserve and all the big Bitcoin companies have this, the price of Bitcoin will continue to be manipulated. Because I really believe that there's a lot of paper Bitcoin floating around out there right now. Because it just doesn't make any sense that there's this much demand for Bitcoin and the price is not through the roof. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And the only way that that's possible, the only way that that's happening is because they're able to create paper Bitcoin, fake Bitcoin. The exchanges, some of the over-the-counters, maybe some of these big institutions don't have the Bitcoin that they say they do. I don't think that that's just a stretch for something like that to happen. That's exactly what happened with FTX. They claimed to have all this Bitcoin. They were selling Bitcoin through their exchange. They were funneling it into other cryptocurrencies, but they claimed to have a bunch of Bitcoin. And when everything fell through, when we could see how much Bitcoin they actually had, they had zero Bitcoin. So they were selling Bitcoin on their website, on their platform. People were sending them money to buy Bitcoin, and they had zero Bitcoin. So until we get to a point where this is normalized, proof of reserves, I think that they will continue to keep the price of Bitcoin down. And then you might say, well, why would they want to keep the price of Bitcoin down? Why would that benefit them? Well, because there's only so much Bitcoin, right? And if this thing ran up to 150, 200, 1 million, where it should be today, then everybody would be talking about it. Everybody would be trying to get some Bitcoin. And the big boys who are in the accumulation phase right now, they don't want that to happen. They'll pay any price they need to for it, but they're more worried about the supply than they are the price. Right? That's the only thing that they worry about. They worry about the supply, not the price. And so if this thing blew up, this thing went to $1 million where it should be today, then everybody and their dog would be buying Bitcoin, and then their supply would run out. Right? So until we normalize and force these big companies to show proof of reserves, then it's going to continue. So that's Metaplanet. El Salvador government has the exact same thing. Mempool created a custom website for their holdings, and it's coming. But until then, we're going to keep seeing the price manipulation games happen.